All praises and honor and glory to the Most High, Heavenly Creator, and the Holy Messiah, the Word of the Creator. This is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit, back at it again, expressing my love for the scattered tribes all over the globe. My blessings to you of comfort and healing as we endure this common day captivity. So, just coming back with another word in the spirit, and I wanted to communicate today along the lines of do not be an offense. Do not be an offense. So, for all the Israelites out there who are confirmed and know the knowledge of the truth, and to all those pending the understanding, it's just a little quick note and message for us to be aware as we come into contact and especially conversation with our brothers and sisters who are still on the path and journey to that enlightenment. So, just case in point, had a conversation with some fellow worshipers of the Holy Word. And, you know, when you sit and you talk to the brethren and the sister, everybody has their contribution of the quote-unquote spirituality based on their personal interpretation and their education, and all that is fine. However, for those Israelites who are on the path and just beginning that path, we must make an acknowledgement that we are now plugged directly into the Holy Spirit of understanding that which was lost to us. That thing which was lost to us in our captivities and our colonizations was our own personal history. Our personal history. Our personal history. One of the curses outlined in the covenant that will befall the children of Israel if they were disobedient, and as outlined by our brother prophet Jeremiah, that the Lord would discontinue us from our heritage that he gave us personally, and he would cause us to serve in the lands of our enemies for bondsmen and bondswomen, for the anger that we kindled inside of him for our spiritual adultery and idolatry. So in that vein of understanding, us as the Israelites, we are reconnecting back to that history. We are reconnecting back to that heritage. We are reconnecting back to the spiritual constitution outlined and penned with the holy finger of the Creator himself, and given to our brother servant Moses to present to the congregation of the children of Israel. So as we began as the Israelites to plug back into that knowledge and that information and that spirit of our heritage and our history, we must take care not to offend when we come into that contact with our brethren and sister in terms of having a conversation of the word. We must understand that our brothers and sisters who are still dealing and invested in the earthly philosophies of religion maintain that spiritual disconnect from the actual history of our people. So when you have a conversation with the brethren and the sister and along those lines, you must understand as an Israelite, you are speaking in the historical aspect of the holy history of our book. you must understand that our brothers and sisters are professing a religious doctrine. A religious doctrine in conversation with an outline of the holy history does not match. So there's going to be a conflict in terms of exchanging that information. Understand the very first reaction when you're having that conversation of the holy history is going to be emotional. Because of the disconnect we have had historically from our history, our people reach out for something to grasp onto as a comfort when they cannot give you a historical answer to our condition. So if you ask the brethren and sisters where our homeland is, what our original name is, what are our original tongues and customs, etc., and they cannot provide you with a certified answer, understand then, in order not to show a assault to their pride, they will reach out for something to fill that void of the lack of knowledge of history. And most times it's the religious philosophy. So if I can't tell you my homeland or where I'm from, I can easily just say I'm a child of God. If I can't tell you my language or my custom, then my fallback is to just say it doesn't matter. If I come into the stark reality where there's a conversation with other nations who have and maintain their global history, and you cannot match their information toe to toe, then you have to reach out for something to fill that void. So when we're having the conversation along the historical history, which is called the Holy Bible, many times, and due to a fault of our own, and that by that I mean due to the disobedience of our forefathers, but also in our common error of being the descendants of slaves and being colonized in our indigenous lands, we were cut off from that history. So as Israelites, when we have that discourse, we have to be aware that along the lines of information, the majority of our people will fall off the historical timeline of understanding and will immediately reach out to a religious philosophy as a comfort and as a cover for that lack of knowledge. So when you speak to a Baptist or a Mormon or a Seventh-day Adventist or a Presbyterian, understand, brothers, that most of our people are dealing with a religious philosophy, which is an emotional philosophy. It is something that they have rooted their spirituality on as a comfort while we dwell in this land of darkness, confusion, and captivity. So my personal testimony that I wanted to share is my growth in understanding that when we do speak of the word and we're in the congregation of brothers and sisters who don't know yet that they are Israelites, we must understand the levels of understanding where they are. If we see they are wearing graven images, crucifixes, ankhs, the six-pointed stars, images of Islam, whatever the case may be, then we have to realize that our brothers and sisters may be lacking at that time of the historical value of the holy history, and that may be why they are speaking along the lines of their ideology or wearing false idol images or communicating to you a worldly philosophy outside of thus saith the Lord or as it is written. So do not be discouraged if you feel that the general populace just doesn't get it. You must remember you were given a special gift of understanding. That means you are slowly being set apart. That means you are slowly coming to a growing level of holiness. And we must then understand that growth in each threshold of understanding we receive. And then we actually practice. And then we actually see the results of that increased wisdom. So yes, it is our job to continually spread the word of the gospel, of the holy history, of the kingdom being at hand and coming for the rulership and salvation of the 12 tribes of Israel. We must communicate that to all four corners of the earth until the return of the Holy Messiah, the word of the heavenly creator. But take care not to offend the little ones, which are those who are still searching and seeking. So in our ordination, in our designation, in the job role we were given as priests and kings of a holy nation, we must assist our brothers and sisters in filling in those potholes of history where we are still void of the knowledge. I love you. All praises to the Most High Creator. All love and blessings of healing, strength, endurance, perseverance, and faith to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. This is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit. I love you.